What is up, my intergalactic friends? Welcome back here to another Infinite Galaxy content. Today, in this video, we're going to talk about the weapon in your flagship page. So we're going to talk about the outfitting slot. There's two slots in here. This is going to be the weapon slots, and this is going to be the defense slots. I have seen a lot of players in Infinite Galaxy making big mistakes in here, having mixed weapons and mixed defense, so we're going to correct that today. So if you know anybody who is struggling in Infinite Galaxy, maybe your alliance needs a little bit more information so that your players can understand better, I highly suggest to share this video link in your alliance Discord or in your alliance chat. If you're also interested on setting up an alliance Discord bot that will pull videos from our channel, feel free to do that as well. If you guys also find great value from our contents, I highly consider for you to click subscribe into our channel, and as well as click that notification bell into all, so when we upload videos, you're not going to miss out on anything. And also, this is going to help our channel out to grow. So also, don't forget, whenever you're watching the videos, don't forget to smash that like button if you're enjoying and finding great value into it, and as well as leave us a comment on what's going on with your account. Alright guys, so today we're going to talk about the weapon type first. So first of all, let me know in the comment section below what weapon types have you guys been using on what flagship and what defense items you guys are also using. So first thing that I want to tell you guys, a lot of people are making this mistake, is that whenever they have, their flagship, they're actually using like mixed weapons, and I've seen this. It's crazy. You know what? I'll be honest, in the beginning I have done the same mistake, and now since I'm more knowledgeable, I want to share this knowledge to you guys. So as you guys can see, Hades is a laser type weapon. Now, with Hades being a laser type weapon, all of my weapon types are now laser as well. So you don't want to put a kinetic weapon or kinetic equipment on a laser weapon type flagship, and you don't want to put missile in your outfitting slot as well. You need to understand that when you're bringing out a flagship, for example, Hades, when I bring him out, it will be mainly destroyers that are going to be laser weapon type. As you can see, my laser weapon type destroyers in here is the Wyvern class destroyer 2. I have about 3,369 of these, and these are T9. So that's what I'm going to be using whenever I send out Hades, because everything, all the warship is going to benefit with the laser weapon type. Now, let's be honest, which one of you is still using mixed weapon type? Leave it down in the comment section below. Who is it? Don't be shy. It's okay to make mistakes because you're learning into the game, and this is why we're making this video, so that everybody can learn and, get better into the game as well. All right, so mainly that's the big thing that I want to talk about in here. Weapon type has to be all the same, corresponding to the flagship weapon type that you're using, because you want to buff everybody with the same buff. All right, so if I'm using a Artemis, this is going to be all kinetic weapon type. Now, I want you guys to understand also, my Artemis is not really optimized yet. So if you're going for Odysseus, everything has to be laser, since Odysseus is a laser type. If you're Titan, everything has to be missile, because Titan is a missile weapon type. If you're a Cyclops, it has to be kinetic, because Cyclops is a kinetic weapon type. Now, looking into the second row, which is going to be defense items, this highly suggest in here is to make everything as HP. All right, as you can see, everything is HP currently for me. Don't even use the shield. Don't even use the armor. So if you want to work onto your armor a little bit, you can work onto your crew. We've talked about this in the previous video about our crew setup with a 400 combat. Now, there are multiple crews in here that is going to give you armor and as well as HP in here. As you can see, Yilingding is one of them. Molly Mayer as well gives you warship HP. Paul Matthias warship HP, as well as armors in here. So honestly, HP is really good because you're already getting a good amount of buff from the crew if you have the right crew. Okay, if you have the right crew, your armor is going to be set. It's nice. You'll have really tanky setup, and then you put more HP so that there's going to be more hit points. It takes more damages before you get knocked out. Now, one thing that I want to explain to you guys as well in here is that when you are working into your outfitting slot, it's okay to have some green ones in the beginning. in the early stages. Remember, the green ones doesn't cost any blueprints to upgrade, so you can just rapidly max a green one out, and then you can do is dismantle that later and go to equip. You can break it down later and just get all the materials back, and then start crafting the blue ones, and then slowly progress into the purple ones. The end game would be getting the legendary, but it's gonna take a while, and if you're free to play or low spender, you need to rely onto the blue ones and as well as the purple ones. Now I want you guys to understand in here is that comparing the blue ones and the purple ones, as you can see, the blue ones is going to give you 9.7% at level 9, and look at this at level 6, I'm already getting 11.1%. So whenever you have the ability to upgrade, go ahead and do it. It's the same concept with the green ones as well. But do not be shy to start off fresh with the green ones, because when you're first starting out, you're not going to have a lot of the blueprints, and you really do need to improve your equipments right away so that you can defeat higher level pirates. And if you go into PvP, you'll have better stats against other players. Now, this tips and guides is going to really help you out, you know, getting advantage towards other players who are clueless into the game. And you know, you're just going to have that extra edge, and you're going to be able to defeat them. They're going to be wondering, how am I getting defeated? Like, I'm, you know, I have full gear, and you're going to be like, yeah, you know why? Because you're not really optimizing your gear. Like I said, you know, recap in here, whenever you're doing your gear in here, make sure everything is the same weapon type. And when you're working into your defense, work onto the HP. Don't even bother about shield. Don't even bother about armor. Just focus it on HP. And also remember, armor is able to negate damages going to HP, and armor is also able to negate damages going to shield. So if I'm going to rank it now, learning all these stuff in here, I would say HP, armor, and then shield. So with that being said, the missiles as well is not that great in my opinion. I mainly focus on laser and kinetic. One thing that you need to understand as well, each weapons as well has a cooldown. So this is a 5-second cooldown for Hades. For the weapons, as you can see, it is a 4-second cooldown for the blue ones in here. When I go to the purple one, as well as 4-second cooldown. Now, if I go into the kinetics, this is a much faster cooldown, 2 seconds, because kinetics hits really fast, 3-second cooldown, as you guys can see. The differences of cooldowns there. Now, this is only my opinion about weapon types. If you're really enjoying the missile weapons because you've like worked on Titan, go ahead and do it. We always need mixtures anyway, because once you come into a stack, you need to have that ability to break down the shield anyway. So it does have its own value. But I think, in my opinion, for a one-on-one situation, I would rather go for a laser, or as well as going for a kinetic weapon type. So one of the best advice that I want to give you guys in here, a really good pro tip that I would say is focus early on what weapon type you're going to be using, because if you don't focus that early, you're going to really struggle on blueprints. And you know, I kind of had this issue, and that's why I want to share this information to you guys. So let's say I'm just mainly focusing on laser and as well as kinetic. That means to me that, you know, the missile blueprints are practically useless to me. So I can just go into the exchange in here and look at the missile ones, which I've already used before, and I can just continue to convert it into a universal ones in here. And the same thing with the defense. If I am only going to be using HP, that means the other ones in here are going to be practically useless. So I want to go into the epic ones in here, or the purple ones. If I'm going to go upgrade, as you can see, I can go another upgrade in here. I need 14 blueprints right now. So where can I get those 14 blueprints? You know what? I don't really need the missile. I can do that as well if I want to. But I have a lot of the shield ones in here that I'm not really going to use. Warship shield. So why am I just going to let it stack like that? I'm going to use that instead, because I don't need the shield, because I am mainly focusing on HP. So I'm going to click exchange. We're going to exchange that, and we're going to upgrade this into that, as you can see. Now my components change. You can see that we don't have the ceramics anymore, which is really nice because I'm running out of the ceramics. So there's that, guys. It's really nice. If you know how to play the game, you can definitely benefit a lot into this Earlier I had 1 million HP. Now I have 1.2 million because it's adding as a percentage in here, not by a fixed number. So understand that focusing on one specific weapons, one specific defensive item will give you more value, because then you're focusing on increasing that one specific stats that you're really working on. And like I said, I don't highly recommend working on the armor or shield when it comes to the outfitting slots in here. Just focus onto the HP. It will give you a lot more value long term, and you will really see the big difference between you against other players who did not focus onto the HP. With that being said, my intergalactic friends, hopefully this video was helpful. Again, as you guys head out, consider subscribing, turn your notifications on, and just let us know, was this video valuable? And do you have any comments or concerns? Let us know in the comment section below. I'll see you again next time, my intergalactic friends.